Working with SDL Studio, especially if you're using the older version of 2009, may cause some frustration because not all the features that you would use fit the logic of previous CAT tools. Usually, the client provides a package that is meant to be imported in your studio. And you do this by going to File, Open, and you choose Package. In initial files, you should then have a file with the extension SDL PPX and a green arrow. So you just click on it, then on Open, and then on Finish after you review all the files. And then Studio asks you to provide the path of an empty folder. So you could either navigate to it or to paste, as I did, the path of an empty folder. Then you click OK, and importing package completed, 0 errors, 0 warnings. And this should be ideal when you import Studio package file. After this, you go, if Studio won't jump itself, you go on the tab Project and be absolutely sure that your file is not only selected but also bold. Because if it is not bold, you are not at that project but on a different one. So for being sure it is bold and you are going to open and use the file you should, you double click on it and then you go to Files and check here the language. You might have more target languages in the same package, and be sure you select the language you translate to, the target language. So in this case, we have only one file to be translated that comes from an InDesign file, and it is converted to Xlif proprietary file named SDL Xlif. And if you are translator, you can either double click on it or right click and choose Open for Translation. And then the editor will open. So in case you are not there, you just click on Editor to see where you are supposed to insert the actual translation. In the left side, you have the source, and in the right side, you have the target where you are supposed to insert the translation. In case there are some matches from the translation memory, when you click on a segment, you will see the translation and also the match. If you just move the mouse over a match percentage that is shown, you can see information about this. And you check what it is different. In this case, actually nothing, so it's just the 99%. And when you translate, you need to have the final segment with the status translated, not only edited. Now the status is draft or edited, and in order to make it translated, you touch Control Enter, and that will also save the segment in the translation memory, and the status will change to a different icon with a green pen and a green check mark, that being translated. Then Studio will automatically jump on the next untranslated segment and you will continue your translation. When you are done with your translation and all the segments have been translated and confirmed, you will see here the status of the segments. It should be 100%. And if you go in Files, in the tab Files, you will also see the status translated and the progress 100%. So you need to be sure that everything it is translated, and Studio has this very handy way for showing. In case you just want to watch the progress, you click on confirmation statistics, and here you have in a very graphical way how many segments are not started, how many have the draft status, and how many you translated, basically how much you have translated and how much you still need to work. The next step is to deliver your translation, and you are supposed to deliver it also as a package. Very important, this is only applied to version 2011 and later, not for 2009. So what you need to do is to either click on this icon for creating a return package, or to go to Project and choose the same option, Create Return Package. In the next window, you will see the list of files that you are supposed to deliver, and be sure to select them all if they are all for your languages, or you will just select your language. Then you go on next and you choose again a location. This is pretty important because Studio has this strange habit of remembering the last location used. So if you don't choose the location for delivery on each return package that you create, you will end up to having all the packages in the same folder. As usual, ideally is to create a folder with the typical name for the archive and save your package or return package there. It should have the extension RPX for Studio 2011. So you choose your location, you click Save, and then you click Finish on the next window, and you can see the progress here and also the status. Of course, ideally is to have 0 errors and 0 warning. On this window, you could choose Close, but I advise you to always choose Open Target Folder, because just in case you didn't manage to save your package in a location that you could easily find, and Studio has this tendency of saving on the last location or on a chosen location by it, you will know each time where you saved your package if you click on Open Target Folder, so you will have it. So this is what you are supposed to deliver if you are a translator and also if you are a proofreader. However, for opening a translated file that you need to proofread if you are a proofreader requires a pretty simple procedure, and also it requires proper format for proper opening. While working with Studio 2011 and not with 2009, as a proofreader, you will follow the same procedure twice. You will open the file in the initial files package as you were a translator, and after you will open the package again, but the return package uploaded by the translator. So you go this with the same procedure by going with File, Open, Package, and you will open, after you already open the file in the initial files with the green arrow, then you will open the blue arrow package, the return package with SDL RPX. If you are a proofreader, on the next step you need to open the file for proofreading, and you do this with right click and open for review. In this way, the status that the segments will have after you confirm with Control Enter will be with a magnifying glass and as translation approved. So you need to check all the segments and mark them as translation approved. At the end of your reviewing, you need to be sure that all the segments have been checked and changed if necessary, and then In case you do not want to confirm every segment that you didn't modify, you just close the document and Studio will ask you if you want to have all the segments marked as checked and reviewed. So you can click yes and Studio will do that for you, confirming all the segments. So then if you go on Files, you can see the status being changed to Translation Approved and Progress 100%. Delivering in 2011, you deliver in the same way as the translator. So you can just go to Project and create Return Package, or you can click on the tab Project. Be absolutely sure that the project you are working on is bold, not only selected but bold. And then you click on Create Return Package. So it is easier to do it in 2011, but keep in mind you first open the package, the PPX package from initial files, and then if you are a proofreader, you also open the RPX package, blue arrow, uploaded by the translator, and both translator and proofreader will deliver a return package for Studio 2011.